never seen a woman come at Steve like all this had transpired and went on.
And when I saw him cut up like that,
something went on with Winton in Atlanta, Georgia. Steve beat Winton with a sorority paddle, which is about that thick, and a belt buckle.
Who was hitting him? Was it her? Was it him?
You can't scare me. You can't buy me. You can't intimidate me. And you can't make me do what you want me to do.
Everyone assumes Steve was a caring paternal figure who treasured his family. But what if we told you there was more to the story? I know you think you know this guy inside and out, but this new information will shock you. Apparently, Steve Harvey, the well-liked TV personality and family man, harmed his own son, contrary to what he has publicly stated. You read that correctly. Winton Harvey, Steve's son from his second marriage, is the alleged recipient of the majority of Steve's mistreatment. Yes, Winton has been suffering the most as a result of his father's careless actions. But what could Steve have done to cause his own son to feel ignored and unvalued in this way? So get ready to enjoy the crisp details of Steve Harvey's family drama with some popcorn and a comfortable chair.
Well, I'm excited too, cause you're gonna get out of my house.
You're gonna miss me though.
Despite his public image as a family man, famous comedian, sweet actor, and TV host Steve Harvey has been accused of mistreating his own children for years. But we can't deny that rumor has it otherwise. First things first, if Steve Harvey is so committed to his family, why has he gone through 3 different marriages? Doesn't that make you scratch your head a little bit? People are discussing how the man appears to have a wandering eye, which is why it's crucial.
Steve Harvey flew Winton to Texas, and Mary saw all the bruises on her baby's back.
Essie Berry, an activist, recently came to the front and revealed shocking dark details about Steve Harvey, and this has got Harvey's reputation scratched badly. And now everyone is shocked by Steve's real face. Not only is Steve Harvey a well-known comedian, but he's also enjoyed success in the entertainment industry as an actor, producer, and writer. Steve Harvey is a true master of all trades. However, Harvey's career was not always smooth sailing, and he had to put in a lot of hard work in order to get to the position that he is in today.
You can actually be a poor kid from nothing, and because of God's grace and mercy, he can put you in places you never ever thought you'd be.
But Harvey has now everything ruined after a shocking revelation that he mistreated his own son. To begin with, Harvey has 7 children, out of which only 4 of them are his biological children. His first wife, Marcia Harvey, gave birth to their 3 children, Brandy and Carly Harvey, who were twins, and Broderick Harvey Jr. His marriage, however, failed in the end after 14 years, and the couple divorced the following year in 1994. Then followed Steve's second marriage to Mary Shackelford, with whom he had a son named Winton. Despite the fact that they had a son together, their relationship was troubled from the beginning, and in 2005, the pair went through a contentious divorce. So Mary herself accused Steve of cheating on her with his current wife, Marjorie Harvey, during their marriage time, while Steve refuted the allegation, stating that it was without merit and completely incorrect. But he went ahead and married Marjorie, which is evidence that he had an affair with Mary.
I have just really dealt with so much bullying from Steve.
It should be a happy and romantic experience to be the partner or spouse of a famous person. On the other hand, this is not the situation with Mary Lee Harvey. Her marriage to a prominent figure in the media pushed her into the public eye, and she gave every indication that she was enjoying the attention and the goodwill that the union brought to her. Her husband is also a prominent figure in the media, and her supporters did not sit silent, writing, "When you get hurt like that, it's never over. It's so traumatic that you really do suffer a type of PTSS. It's devastating. She lost her husband, her son, her home, her life as she'd known it all at once. And don't forget, this is the woman who dressed in the car with him, driving all over the country before he became famous. If he wanted someone else, he should have acted like a man instead of inflicting such pain." However, this was before the union was officially dissolved. Her divorce from her spouse was a particularly unusual one, since unlike the other divorced couples, she was forced to keep quiet about her separation from her husband in front of the media while while other divorced couples are free to discuss their separation with the press. This has piqued the interest of many individuals due to the fact that many people are curious as to why Mary Lee Harvey is unable to speak about her divorce, as well as where she is at this time. The public came out to support Mary on social media. One person said, "My heart goes out to her because it's clear to see that she's still hurting. In my opinion, there seems to be a root of bitterness there. I pray that she receives her healing and moves on in her life to her wealthy and healed place. I don't think it's about money, but more about the lack of respect and honor that wasn't shown to her throughout her marriage, and more so the divorce. Praying for her healing." Well, this is where things started to get suspicious, because Mary was not even speaking a single word about anything that was going on in her life. But what could have made her quiet? Although Mary was watching everything from the start, his son getting abused by his own father, Steve allegedly on drugs, but still chose to remain silent. It might be because she was afraid of being publicly bashed by the people, as we all know what reputation he holds in public and media too. Mary knew that if she would come to the public or to the media revealing his truth, everyone would be taking his side, as he is an international sweetheart. But after a time, Mary finally mustered up her courage to speak to the media. And boom, the media, the social media, the magazines, the celebrity pages, everyone had one piece of news: Steve cheated on his wife. Mary first talked about all the events on social media platform and revealed Steve's darkest secrets.
2 weeks after, and I'm going to say attack, that wasn't a chastisement, he was attacked.
So in this video, Mary, the ex-wife of Steve Harvey, is accusing Steve of attacking his baby son. According to her, she was out for some days after the divorce, and when she came back, she saw her son's face covered with bruises, and these bruises were because of Steve. After this incident, she immediately went ahead and sued her ex-husband, according to a magazine page. Mary Harvey went ahead and sued her ex-husband for $60 million, citing child endangerment, torture, conspiracy against rights, kidnapping, murder, breach of contract, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. This must have been a hard step for Mary to take for a publicly famous person. Before this process, Mary Harvey began posting films on YouTube in the hope of garnering support from her audience. These tapes were the source of her revelation that Harvey had reportedly been assaulting her both psychologically and physically. She claimed that she discovered this information after listening to the recordings. Harvey went to court against his ex-wife, and he was successful in getting an injunction against her. Mary Lee Harvey was ordered to keep quiet about the matter and not expose or discuss any of its specifics with the general public. But she did not do anything wrong and was still ordered to remain silent. This thing points towards Steve, that he was behind all these gruesome activities. She told a magazine, "I don't violate any court orders. This is about you're not supposed to be talking to anybody about your divorce." That's what they're saying. I'm like, this is America. I mean, just feel how devastated May could have felt for not being treated by her justice system even. She was made silent by the cruel Stephen and the justice system. But after some time, an activist, Essie Berry, popped up on social media to support Mary with some even darker revelations.
As I was reading this and looking at the videos, I don't know how this is not in jail already.
Yes, he must be in jail because Essie has all the evidence against him to make Steve end up in jail. But one of the significant pieces of evidence in this feud was that the police had an evidence report that proved that Steve really did abuse his own son.
Approximately 2 weeks ago, he had received a whipping from his father, Broderick Harvey.
So this is the proof that would still be in the police records, but still she received a gag order from the court. It clearly means that Steve tried to hide his truth and true face before the public, which immensely loved him.
When you seal a case, that means there's knowledge in that case that you do not want someone else to know about.
So Essie is trying to say that if someone is gagged in a case, that means there is hidden information that you do not want to know by others. This really points everyone's fingers towards Steve. However, Essie decided to continue and did not waver even a little bit. Essie revealed it was also written in the police's report how brutally Steve hit his own son and that his face got all covered with bruises and scratches.
Winton stated that during the whipping, his father whipped him with a belt and a paddleboard. Why the hell do you gotta beat this boy with a belt and a paddleboard?
No one can ever imagine that a person who is known to be a family man can ever beat his own son like this. And now, when his gruesome face and the truth are revealed to the public through evidence, he is acting like he's panicked. Well, only God knows the truth if he is really panicked or is it just a publicity stunt to gain sympathy. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.